International Raceway in the Arizona desert. The defending winner of this race is championship leader Matt Kenseth. Kenseth and company have come here knowing the Winston Cup is now within reach. But racing is a spooky business, and it's never easy to scare off the competition. 3 races remain, and today we watch as Matt Kenseth comes knocking on the door of the Winston Cup Championship. If Kenseth retires before the green flag, we'd have a 5-man race for the championship, but that won't happen. So from 2nd place Earnhardt to 5th place Jeff Gordon is just 38 points. And Newman is just another 53 back. 10th place Terry Labonte is just 26 points ahead of 11th place Kurt Busch.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those famous words, Mr. Harry Schritt with Haviland. Gentlemen, start your engines.
Kenseth got away after the final restart and picks up his 5th win of 2002.
All my life I've been searching for something. Something never comes, never leads to nothing. Nothing satisfies, but I'm getting closer to the prize at the end.
Jeff Gordon is the winner in Atlanta. And now the starting lineup for today's race. Brian Vickers in his 3rd Winston Cup race alongside Newman on the front row. His 2nd race in the 25 car for Hendrick Motorsports. Row number 2, couple of the hottest drivers on the circuit of late. Jimmy Johnson got his 9th top 3 finish of the season in Atlanta last week, and Jeff Gordon trying for a 3rd straight win. The 98 race winner Rusty Wallace is in row number 3. The 99 race winner Tony Stewart alongside. Kurt Busch, Dave Blaney, row number 4. Busch finishing 8th at Atlanta after the penalty he suffered. Dave Blaney, 2 top 10s in 3 races here at Phoenix. And while you look at the rest of the starting lineup, BP, you got somebody you want to talk to?
Well, I want to talk to Dale Jarrett because he is the Winston Cup champion this week that's being celebrated as a former Winston Cup champion, the victory lap.
Yep.
And he's going to take the 88 car and go directly to the front of the field and lead this group around. But let's talk to him and see if he has some special moments and memories. Hey, DJ, this is Benny Parsons. You got me?
I got you, BP.
All right, 1999 Winston Cup champion. Some special memories with this commemorative car?
Sure is. A lot of special memories. All the way back to everything that the people at R.J. Reynolds have done for our sport. Just feels really good to be a part of that history of R.J. Reynolds, and hopefully we can get this car up here today and run pretty well.
How is the car, DJ? Dale, how is this car?
Well, we've struggled here all weekend and haven't exactly gotten what we need yet, but we made some changes, and hopefully changes that we made are going to be a lot better for us today.
Hey, those guys aren't showing you in. They're not moving over for you to get up there and lead this pack, are they?
Can't even get to the front here under the caution, so we just have to see how it goes today. Again, we've worked hard on this, and hopefully it'll work out for us.
Good luck to you, buddy.
Dale Jarrett almost got wrecked before the green flag flew. Dale, the Winston victory lap honoree today. As Benny said, the 1999 NASCAR Winston Cup Series champion. 31 victories, including 1 here at Phoenix in 1997. It was a cloudy, overcast, and even rainy day here in the desert yesterday. Today, bright sunny skies, temperatures in the upper 70s. 500 kilometers, 312 laps and miles around this 1-mile track, and better than 110,000 on hand as Matt Kenseth, the championship leader, starts deep in the field in 37th. Ryan Newman going to lead lap 1. Second place, Jimmy Johnson trying to look underneath his teammate, Brian Vickers.
And I tell you, Brian Vickers, the 25 car, almost got the outside retaining wall coming off turn 4.
Ooh, this is tight.
3 abreast, down to 2. And this gets real tight right here at this dog leg.
Kurt Busch having to give way.
Yeah.
A smart move there. Rusty Wallace and Tony Stewart side by side. That'll be for 5th and 6th. And up front, Jimmy Johnson for the race lead. Got it.
And remember, Jimmy Johnson in this 48 car won both races at Loudon, New Hampshire this year. A track, 1-mile racetrack similar to Phoenix.
Yeah, you see the banking on this place, but believe me, when you're sitting in one of these race cars, this is a flat racetrack, especially this corner down here, 3 and 4, very flat. The cars slide a lot. You really have to work the throttle. You can't just nail the gas. You have to keep playing with the throttle because a lot of cars will push off of turn 4.
Driver 8 to 8th place as Junior gets in front of Dave Blaney for that spot. That's Kevin Harvick, 3rd place man in the championship, working underneath Casey Mears in the 41. That's back for 11th and 12th.
And Mark Martin, the 6 car, having one of his best runs of the last couple of months here at Phoenix.
And for 2nd place, Brian Vickers, trying to get by pole sitter Ryan Newman.
Kind of unusual for Newman. He looks like he might be struggling a little bit here.
When I talked to Matt Borland, the crew chief on this 12 car this morning, I asked how the car was. He said, okay, which meant he may slide back a few spots.
32, now 33 laps complete here at Phoenix International Raceway. Jimmy Johnson has led all but one of them. You're watching NASCAR. Oh, got a car up in smoke. Turn 3. It's Jeremy Mayfield in the 19 car, and the caution flag is out.
You know, BP, you and I were talking about earlier, there's a lot of gear running in some of these cars. These guys are turning some big RPMs here.
Not trying to talk into anything. I'm just, whatever you want to try. It's probably time to take a good look at it and see what we got here. I mean, the only problem is to go backwards if we get into a long run, but, it might be the time to try it. If we gain 10 or 15 spots here, give us a little cushion at least in case we get another 30 laps in caution. 10-4.
Johnson heads for his pits now. 4 tires, fuel, air pressure, and a wedge adjustment to Dave.
Gas man Jeff Craven is going to stick a wedge wrench in Jeff's car, make an adjustment, and then grab the fuel can. They'll also make a track bar, another wedge adjustment on the right side. The car tight in, dead sideways off loose off the corner.
Matt Kenseth, the championship leader, just took 2 right side tires, Bill.
You're exactly right. It is 2 right side tires for the 17 of Matt Kenseth. They said they wanted to try this early in the race to see how the car would handle, but it did not work for Kenseth yesterday in the Busch race. This morning, Robbie Reiser told me he didn't think they would try it, but they were forced to.
Back to action. And Kurt Busch is the new race leader. 2 tires on his stop. He goes from 7th to 1st. Ryan Newman 2nd, was 1st off pit road. Jimmy Johnson 3rd. Michael Waltrip 4th. Nice stop for his guys. 4 tire change there.
And Junior quickly drives up on the inside of Michael Waltrip in the 15 car and goes into the 4th position.
Now Junior 4th, Waltrip 5th. Jeff Gordon 6th. Ward Burton 2 tires up to 7th. Tony Stewart 8th, Kevin Harvick 9th, Brian Vickers 10th. Matt Kenseth 2 tires on his stop, 27th to 14th. Robbie Gordon, Elliott Sadler also 2 tires on their stops. Sadler 16th, Gordon 18th. Meantime, championship leader Matt Kenseth came off pit road in 14th. Billy's running 17th now.
Yeah, with just the 2 right side tires, and Robbie Reiser told me in the garage this morning they really didn't want to try this strategy because it didn't work for Matt yesterday in the Busch race. So I ran down there and asked him, I said, some guy in the garage told me there's no way they take 2 tires. He goes, sometimes you just got to try it. It's not working out too good for him right now. And the other car that was pitted back there was the 38 of Elliott Sadler, and they did take 4 tires at a very quick stop, and that helped them out as well, Alan.
Okay. Scratch him off the list then. So Elliott Sadler running 15th and Kenseth running in 17th spot as Michael Waltrip takes the long way around.
Just blows by Jeff Gordon on the outside. Well, I say blows by him. Here comes Gordon back, but Michael will take that spot, moves into 5th position.
Remember, Michael had a chance to win the race at New Hampshire back in September. We talked about the similarities between this track and that. Expect a strong run today out of this 15 car. Kurt Busch is the leader. Lap 57 of 312 in the books. It's Ryan Newman and Dale Earnhardt Jr. spicing it up in the early laps here at Phoenix. This car's off, going back racing. 122 laps to go. Ryan Newman leads. First car to his inside, the Army machine of Joe Nemechek. 0-1 car, 2 laps down in 38th. Rusty Wallace second, Jeff Gordon third, Kevin Harvick fourth, Kurt Busch fifth. Followed by Earnhardt Jr., Johnson, Stewart, Bobby Labonte, and Michael Waltrip. Championship leader Matt Kenseth, 13th place after starting 37th.
Oh, boy.
Who's that with the brake?
That was Harvick. Locking up the front brake, getting in that corner.
Might cost him a spot. Here's Kurt Busch to his outside.
Oh, he really jumped on the brakes there, Benny.
Yes, he did.
So Kurt to fourth, Harvick back to fifth. Earnhardt Jr. He's got a fender in on the tire.
Yes, he has. He's made contact with someone, knocked that left front fender in on a tire.
That's the second place man in the NASCAR Winston Cup Championship.
That's not going to be good.
Did Ty Norris say he made contact with a 45? Spotter was talking to the crew.
It's Kyle Petty's car, who's the first car 1 lap down in 33rd place.
That wheel so far, that's when it hits that fender. And you're hoping right now when you're sitting there driving that thing, you know you're rubbing the fender. You're hoping, man, I hope this thing doesn't cut and blow a tire.
Kurt Busch inside of Jeff Gordon.
Looks like Junior's car smokes worse in turn 3 than it does in turn 1.
That's digging in there pretty good.
Kurt Busch trying to pull a slide job on Jeff Gordon.
His 3rd place. We're watching here. Kurt with 4 tires on his pit stop. Gordon with just the rights. Kurt has led the most laps so far today, 2 times for 98 of the 193 laps that we've completed.
And you don't want to be on the outside of that 8 car if he does have a left front tire go down.
Yeah, Danny Culler, spotter 29, tell him to back up. Well, they're not going to do that.
Now they want to get in front and get away.
Ooh, Harvick almost flattened his right side out on the wall there.
Kevin Harvick is driving his heart out right now in that 29 car. I don't think he's quite as good as some of these other cars. He's trying to make up with talent. Steve Park.
That's Steve Park.
Head on in the wall. Man, that's a big time wreck.
Caution's out. Safety vehicles rolling already.
Steve trying to start the thing.
I don't think he's going to get far.
No, it's not going to run too good, Steve.
Now, here comes the window net down.
He just got loose. He was on the outside there. Car just broke loose on him.
He and Todd Bodine might have made contact just before they got into the corner.
Looking ahead from Robbie Gordon.
No.
Spin in front of you. Spin in front of you. Stay low. All clear.
Pit road just opening now. Ryan Newman going to lead him in, followed by Rusty Wallace, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jeff Gordon, and Kurt Busch. Bill?
Jeff Gordon will be one of the first to hit, just a little tight in the middle. They will make a chassis adjustment and a slight air pressure adjustment. They also want to put tape on the windshield, and Jeff wants a 7-inch long piece of tape, half the normal width, to put on the shield of his helmet. Dave?
Kurt Busch's car has gotten tight. He wants a track bar adjustment and air pressure adjustment, but only 2 tires. Matt?
The wedge has already been put back in. Rusty Wallace's blue deuce, a 4-tire change, no other adjustments than that. Marty?
Tick on the tight side for Ryan Newman. He says it can be loose off depending upon how I drive it. No one has ever won this race from the pole. Many teams taking 2 tires. It'll be 4 tires for Newman on the very edge of his fuel window.
Wow, 2 tires. Man,
that's pushing it, Benny.
Man, that is really, these guys, but you have to gamble so much these days to try to win these things.
So let me add these up here as we check the camera exiting pit road.
Yeah, you do the math.
Jimmy Johnson, 97. Kurt Busch.
2 tires, 2 tires, 2
Michael.
tires.
First guy on 4 would be...
Not yet. 2 tires, 2 tires.
4 tires.
2 tires, 4 tires.
Yeah, Newman's first guy. And then Gordon, did he come next? No.
Rusty.
Junior, then Gordon.
Oh, man.
Back under green here today in Phoenix. 94 laps to go. Jimmy Johnson, the leader. Kurt Busch, second. Michael Waltrip, third. Jamie McMurray, fourth. Mark Martin, fifth. Brian Vickers, sixth. All just 2 tires on their pit stop. Ryan Newman, first with 4 tires. Off pit road, next in line. He is seventh. Followed by Rusty Wallace, Earnhardt Jr., Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart back to 11th. Championship leader Matt Kenseth is back to 18th.
A lot of these cars are going to have some caution flags if they make it on fuel the rest of the way.
Bill, 99 laps to go or when they made the pit stops. What are your guys down there saying?
Well, I just talked to Chad Canals. I said, can you make it? I said, nope. I said, you really can't make it? He said, well, right now, we can't. So obviously, they're going to need some caution laps to get there.
Okay.
And we heard Jeff Gordon talk about a piece of tape on his windshield visor. As these cars go down this front straightaway and drive into the sun, visibility becomes very poor.
Let's go back and talk some more about that fuel situation story. We were monitoring Jimmy Johnson's radio just a few minutes ago.
Good job, boys. That's what I'm talking about, boys.
And 4, boys. Way to go.
Save fuel. Save fuel. 10-4. 4.
And that sets the stage for it. So obviously, they're going to see if their driver can conserve fuel. But Chad seemed pretty sincere when he said they can't make it if it stays green. We'll see.
99 laps is a pretty long poke here at Phoenix.
One car this morning when I walked through the garage area, one team told me they could run 100 laps. One out of about 30 guys I talked to.
Was it that one?
No, it wasn't that one.
Very valid question there. Yeah. How about Kurt Busch, Dave? How's he sitting?
Yeah, it wasn't Kurt Busch either, BP, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, no, they can only go about 90 laps, so they're going to need either a lot of caution or a splash at the end.
Oh, really? Probably one caution would bring him into that window.
Now here's the race for first among the guys who got 4 tires on their pit stop, and it's the 8 and 12 side-by-side again. We've seen this a lot today. Ryan Newman about to lose a spot, Marty.
And Alan, they are right on their fuel number for making it all the way. They told Ryan as soon as he left pit road, go into fuel conservation mode now. The chassis is the best it's been all day long on the run before this one, and they are better the longer they run. So they may wind up in victory lane again.
He's done it a bunch already this season. They have most of their strategy.
RPM cost you some fuel. And that being said, the 8 car would probably come as close as anybody because he's turning less RPMs than most cars out there.
Kevin Harvick. I keep on calling Vickers Harvick for some reason. Today, Brian Vickers trying to win a NASCAR Busch Series championship while getting his Winston Cup career started. And he's back up to 6th place after starting very well earlier today up in the front row, on the outside of the front row. Let's hear about his car right now.
Saving that 2-tire scenario, Alan, for late in the race. That's what they were hoping for. That's what they just got. They did make a small adjustment, but Brian is very, very close. Peter Suspenzo's crew chief, remember, 2 out of the last 3 races here at Phoenix, he's had a car that nearly won, finishing second. He says we are very, very close. I've cautioned him, very close.
And that goes back to Peter Suspenzo's days running the 12 operation for Roger Penske. Remember Mike Wallace in that 12 car? Had a runner-up finish here a couple of years ago.
And Junior goes by, Vickers takes over that spot.
How about our Chevy in-race leaderboard? Bow ties looking good, but they got a fight on their hands right now. 1st, 3rd, 6th, 7th, 9th.
We got the odd numbers with the exception of Vickers.
Chevrolet has not won here at Phoenix. Whoop, got a spin? No, guess not. Thought I saw something out of the corner of my eye there. How about this knot of cars? Just to finish that thought I started to throw out there. Last Chevrolet win here at Phoenix, 1994. Terry Labonte. That could change today.
Wow, we get a little push there.
Oh, here we go now.
6th, 7th, 8th. McMurray, Ryan Newman, Brian Vickers.
Oh,
now
we got a big
spin.
crash.
Tony Stewart, Rusty Wallace, Kevin Harvick, and Bobby Labonte. Wow. Caution flags out. They were all racing for 10th place.
And Harvick has got to go to the garage area. He may get back on the racetrack, but it'll be a good while before he gets back out.
A lot of water coming out of the front of that car.
And what about Matt Kenseth? Made it through.
Clear, clear, clear.
So 4 cars racing for 10th spot, involved in a big smoke and heat off turn number 2. And some potential contenders for a top finish here today at Phoenix. Looks like with their days severely hampered.
Now this crash may be big enough and take long enough to clean up that some guys, it will get them in that fuel window.
And everybody drove away. I don't know how long it's going to take once they just get out of the fluid. Looks like Rusty gets into the back of the 20 car. And then 22 car. Scott Wimmer gets in the back of Rusty, and then Kevin Harvick's got no place to go. Bobby Labonte has no place to go.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Another shot. It's a chain reaction.
The accordion factor.
Yeah.
And our championship leader, Matt Kenseth's view, going through the accident.
And he can't see too much down in the sun, but he does see all those cars go to the outside, and Mike Helen off the spotter.
Clear all around. Great job, great job, great job.
I'm sure he was telling him to go low.
And fortunately, Matt cleared to his left. And now a view not so pretty. This is with Kevin Harvick.
Stop, 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 stop.
Danny, you can't stop that quickly.
No. Those cars don't have the brakes to stop that quick.
Danny Coe, the spotter on the car.
So Harvick has taken his car off the racetrack into the garage area. See Bobby Labonte's car being towed away. He started to drive away, but he didn't get very far. Pit road going to be open this time. 80 laps to go.
All right.
How many takers?
Kurt Busch.
Going to give up second.
Man.
Can't believe that.
Oh, man.
Well, they must be really, really short on fuel.
Call we had to make, guys.
What are they saying, Dave, on the 97?
10 away. Let's put 4.
Wally, they needed 16 yellow flag laps to make it to the end. They didn't think they were going to get them. So 3.5 gallons of fuel is all that Jimmy Fennig has called for. And then they changed their mind. Well, let's just get 4 tires anyway. We're the only one that came down pit road. We'll put fresh rubber on it. Hope that'll take us to the end.
Boy, that's a lot of track position. Looks like the next car that I saw come down pit road was the 20th place car after Kurt Busch came up second. Matty.
Tony Stewart is in. They're going to go to work and pull out the fender on the left front as they're going to put 4 tires on, surveying the damage. Mark Robertson, the spotter, was telling Zippy what the right side damage looked like as Mike Linger fell, and the guys continue to work on that left front corner of Tony Stewart's race car. Rusty Wallace was in twice. They pulled the fenders out on both the right front and left front fender as work continues on Tony Stewart's Chevrolet.
So a 4-car crash racing for 10th position brings out the 7th caution of the race. Some pit strategy is going to cost Kurt Busch some track position. Here we come to the restart with 75 laps to go. Kurt Busch is 22nd after giving up second place to pit, and nobody else did. Murray 5th, followed by Ryan Newman, Brian Vickers, Jeff Gordon, Jeff Burton, Scott Wimmer, and Matt Kenseth 11th. Now, they got under that caution flag 8 laps of yellow. From the pit stops at 99 to go, those guys that aren't planning on stopping, were those 8 laps of yellow enough to get them to the finish?
Well, they got a couple of laps of caution flag after they pitted on 99. So we're probably looking at 11, 12 laps. My guess is some of them now will make it.
It doesn't look like Earnhardt's trying to save fuel.
No, and again, the 8 car I know does not have as much gear ratio as some of these cars. That will help his fuel mileage.
We'll get a follow-up on that. I can assure you our guys on pit road are scurrying around for those answers. Matter of fact, we might get one here, Matt.
I spoke with Tony Eury Jr. this morning. He says they're playing it a little more conservative. They feel like not as conservative as Matt Kenseth, but they can't take a chance on breaking an engine like they did back in New Hampshire. They were going to be good to go before this caution, slightly a quarter of a gallon left in the tank, but now they should be good to go, Marty.
Vinny, I've never seen Slugger Labby so nervous. You wouldn't believe it. The man's pacing back here in the back of the pit stall. Michael Waltrip's car very close, right on the edge of the fuel window. I asked him what kind of gear they were running. His answer, a lot.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I was afraid the 15 might have more gear ratio than the 8 car, which robs a little bit of that fuel.
Yeah, I talked with Slugger this morning in the garage. He said, I'm worried about this thing living all day because we're really pouring the coals on the fire. They want to win badly. How about the 48, Bill?
Well, Alan, as the 8 tries to close in on the 48, the question becomes fuel. I could tell you what I know, but it'd be better for them to tell you what they know, and this was their conversation before we went back to green flag racing.
You okay on fuel? Do you want me to tell you the truth, or do you want me to lie to you? How much is this helping us? Now it looks like that we are 1 lap short. Well, at least get 2 more laps before we go back to green. I kind of had that figured in, though. Counting your ducks where they hatch, or whatever the hell that saying is. Gonna keep looking here, you know, we'll keep figuring it out. Just keep trying to save fuel.
And after they went back to green, Chad told me he's still not 100% positive they can make it. And it's the same situation for their team car, the 24.
You know what? I don't think Jimmy's trying to save fuel right now.
No, I think he's trying to stay in front of this 8 car.
I agree.
I talked about these guys going down into the sun. Watch as they come off turn 4, on board with Dale Earnhardt Jr. This is what they see as they start down the front stretch. Almost nothing.
Now, well, maybe a little bit better, because I'm sure Junior's got a dark visor. A lot of these guys, you can run either clear visor, smoke visor, or really dark visor. And most guys know about that sun going into 1, and a lot of drivers will put the darkest visor they can on. Like some of the earlier shots we had of Matt Kenseth, he had a very dark visor on.
Matt Kenseth has moved into the top 10, and he's trying to get 9th. Remember, Robbie Reiser told us, Matt pretty happy with the race car when Bill talked to him before. Look at this, Bill. He's trying to get 9th spot away from his teammate.
Trying to work under the 99, and as Robbie told us, and Matt just reiterated a few minutes ago on the radio, the car is good. He wants some clean air getting into the top 10. Hey, Benny, if you had 43 guys in this race, and they were all going to gamble except one, and one was going to be conservative, what number would that be?
17.
You're exactly right. That's why they took 4 tires, took no chances on their last pit stop, and it's all paying off right now. Couldn't quite get the 99, battling with a 22.
Hey, Bill, what we're wondering, 17 fuel to the finish. Are they good to go to the end?
He is good to go. Robbie told me that earlier, so I didn't ask him when we talked to him. But yes, they can make it.
How about this 22 car? We got to give Scott Wimmer a call. Terrific run in his, 3rd race in this car?
Yep.
Didn't he win the Busch race here last year?
Yes, he did.
All right. For the lead, Dale Earnhardt Jr. on Jimmy Johnson with 56 laps to go. Jr. took 4 tires on his last pit stop. Jimmy Johnson, 2. Matty?
Junior just radioed in about 6 or 7 laps ago, says my car is tight behind him. I'm going to chill until I feel like it's time to go. And guess what? He felt like it was time to go.
Junior runs that bottom line down in 1 and 2. Now he's going to try the high line.
Well, because the 48 car decided to take his line, and so Junior said, well, I'll go high. It's hard to pass it when they run exactly where you're going to try to run.
Here's a change for 5th place.
I saw that yesterday a couple times.
Ryan Newman trying to get around Jeff Gordon. With 24 able to hold him off for now. And up front, 48 of Jimmy Johnson. Able to hold off Dale Earnhardt Jr. for now. I spoke with Jimmy on Friday. Jimmy is from El Cajon, California, in the southern part of the state near San Diego, an area so affected and so devastated by those wildfires. And it was on Jimmy's mind. He said a lot of friends, childhood friends, the childhood home that he grew up in, threatened by the fire. And he was really concerned about the relief efforts and making sure that people knew about the relief efforts and chipping in and doing their part.
That was unbelievable over there. Junior trying to use some of that apron to make that 8-car turn down in 3 and 4 look like. Oh, and Jimmy a little bit loose.
And back to this. For 5th place, Ryan Newman trying and trying and trying.
And he's going to try some more. Slide job.
Squeeze, squeeze. Look at Jeff Gordon's hands work there. Wow.
Wasn't quite enough room there for Ryan to slide up in front of the 24 car.
Well, he wanted to, though, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He leaned on him a little.
Great stuff. You talked about the drivers on this racetrack. That's why they don't have any trouble selling their tickets here either.
And this is a fun place.
Jeff Gordon still hanging on outside of Ryan Newman. And Junior. Look at Jimmy Johnson with the little slide as Junior got up underneath his back bumper.
Got him a little bit loose. Good thing to do here when you're trying to go for the lead, or any position for that matter.
And looks like Junior's going to get him up in 3 and 4. He does.
50 laps to go. Dale Earnhardt Jr. to the lead.
And the crowd, you can hear them from inside the booth as they go nuts as the 8-car goes in front.
You know, as strong as Dale Earnhardt Jr. has run this season, I mean, he is second in the championship. It's kind of hard to believe he's only won one time. That was at Talladega back in April.
And you know that he and his team badly want to win on a racetrack like this.
Guys are still going at it. And meanwhile, I think Gordon finally said, you know what?
Enough.
Yeah.
The Juniors bunch wants to be validated as a top-notch team.
Now, saw Kurt Busch give up second spot for a pit stop back at lap 232 and restarted in 22nd place. That was the 9th spot he just took from Brian Vickers on the fresh tires. And the 99 just ahead of him will be the race for 8th place here in a minute. Dave?
And they've just been motivating him along. Kurt not saying much on the radio at all. Focused and now pretty motivated because they know they got sort of caught out on that pit stop. But they reassured each other back and forth. There's no way they could have made it on fuel. So at some point, they would have had to stop again. Unfortunately, no one came down pit lane with him when they did this last time.
Now the biggest problem Kurt Busch has gotten, besides the fact that he lost all the track position, is that even though he's fast, he's 9.5 seconds behind Dale Earnhardt Jr.
But he was 13 seconds behind him about 10 laps ago, 15 laps ago. Right after the green, we looked at that, and he was 13 seconds. So he's making up a little bit of time there. 4 seconds, 47 laps.
We'll see. 47 laps to go at Phoenix in the Checker Auto Parts 500. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in search of his second win in 2003. Caution flag has just come out. Jeff Green has lost an engine down the backstretch into turn 3 in the Petty 43, and so the 8th yellow flag is waving over this race. Earnhardt Jr., the leader, not heading toward that commitment line. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Ryan Newman fakes. Looks like Jeff Gordon in 6th is going to be the first one to come in. Kurt Busch stays out. Matt Kenseth stays out. 6th place, Jeff Gordon. First one to come in with 41 laps to go, Bill.
Had to make the stop, Alan. Car just way too tight. So they're going to free it up, make a chassis adjustment, put 4 tires on it. Should be 4 tires at this point. Put the fuel in. Nope, just going to be 2 tires. They did it with 2 tires and sent him on his way. See if that helps him out.
The 97 car work his way toward the front. Currently, he is is in 7th position, has better tires than the 6 cars in front of him. Oh, who was that sideways? Biffle?
I don't know, but he was sideways.
Got another 7 laps of caution there, so for these guys now, fuel to the finish should be out of the question.
It's out of the question, yes. We've taken that out of the equation, I believe.
Boy, Jeff Gordon in that big bottle of traffic coming at you off turn 4. In a hurry on his fresher tires. Restarted 12th after giving up 6th. How about 48 car, Bill?
Even after they went back to green, Chad Knaus told Jimmy, you've got to save us some fuel. Be conservative when you can. I don't know how you do that.
I don't either. Especially when you've got the 8 car driving away from you and the 15 closing in on you.
Yep. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck, Jimmy. Do the best you can.
But you know, when Chad talked about a big picture day, Bill, they are locked in that fight for second in the NASCAR Winston Cup Championship. And it's important to them who finishes second, not only just for the money. There's a pride thing on the line, but they want to finish that second. How about the guy going to finish first in the championship?
Wow. Close. Oh, very, very close. The 21 car, Ricky Rudd, got in the left rear of the 17, and tell you what, a lesser driver might have spun.
But Matt Kenseth now up to 7th, Bill, and trying to close on Kurt Busch for 6th.
But before they went back to green, Robbie Reiser and Matt were talking about it, and on the radio they said this could have been a mistake. The guys behind us are going to have better tires. We probably should have pitted. Let's see what happens.
31 car there that he's racing, Bill, is not on the lead lap. Robbie Gordon is 2 laps down in 33rd place, and he gives Kenseth plenty of room. Next position for Matt will be Kurt Busch, just in front of him. Next car behind him is Jamie McMurray in the 42, there to the inside of Greg Biffle, trying to come back up.
Takes over the 8th position.
It's all going on behind Dale Earnhardt Jr. out in front as we come up on 30 laps to go. Matty?
Junior opted for track position rather than tires before the green. He told his spotter, Ty Norris, my game plan is simple. Listen to what I want to do.
Any last time for anything, or you just going to do your own deal? Nah, I won't concentrate. Yeah, so that's what I figured. If I'm doing real good, you can tell me how bad I beat the second place guy. Seems like you've been doing, you've been fine.
Junior was 5th here last year. He was 2nd in a Busch car. He hasn't had many good runs since. We've got a crash.
Got one going up in smoke, Matt. Another engine, it looks like. Kyle Petty, caution flags out. Did not hit the wall, but it started to let go when he came up off of turn number 2. So caution flag is out once again. This will be number 9 here at Phoenix. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the middle of trying to win. Whoa. Whoa. Dale Earnhardt Jr. leads. Jimmy Johnson 2nd. Michael Waltrip 3rd. Ryan Newman 4th. And now Mark Martin trying to hang on to 5th, getting a lot of pressure from his teammate Kurt Busch. Lap cars in the mix. The 0-1 of Joe Nemechek between 1st and 2nd. And also the 5 car of Terry Labonte between Ryan Newman and Mark Martin.
And Nemechek has tried very hard today to get some of those laps back.
Change of position. A little farther back. Kurt Busch around Mark Martin. And now Ryan Newman underneath Michael Waltrip for 3rd.
Well, there wasn't much room down there either when he went down there.
And here comes Kurt Busch, that 97 car. To win this race, he's going to need another caution flag, but I think that he can run 3rd.
You know, we talked about earlier in the top show, aggressive.
Yeah.
He's got to be aggressive right now.
And I don't think they have to worry about Kurt Busch being aggressive.
Yeah.
There he goes, underneath.
Michael taking that top lane. Here comes Kurt Busch to the bottom, Dave.
And Benny, Kurt used your number. He said, we're a 3rd place car. We just have to get around these guys.
Well, right now, I believe he is a 3rd place car if he can get around them, but it's not going to be easy.
And time's running out.
And time is running out. 20 laps to go, next time by.
Here's the race for 4th. Kurt Busch working on Michael Waltrip. 3rd place Ryan Newman just ahead of him.
Just can't get on the gas hard enough, Kurt Busch, to be able to make the pass on Michael.
We saw that earlier. Who was it he was under? Spencer? Yeah. Earlier in the race where he just couldn't get alongside him enough to get by him.
It's like right here at 1 and 2, you can jump on the throttle real hard, but you need the whole racetrack on the exit
Terry Labonte's fallen off the pace in the 5 car a little bit. He's fallen to the back of the pack. He was up there among the lead cars just a couple of laps ago.
Man.
And right there, if he comes down the gas all the way, he'd slide up into the door as well. So he's got to back off the gas a little bit and make another run. Boy, Michael all over the limiter. Rev limiter going into turn 3. Give the car.
Yeah, that's what his crew chief told me earlier this morning. They were going to run it hard. And hope it lasted.
And hope it lasted, that's right.
Yeah. Michael Waltrip.
Ain't had enough, sorry, Alan. He looks like he's got a run on him.
So Michael Waltrip, one of those guys hoping to finish in the top 10 in the championship, but he's fallen 152 points back after the engine failure he had in Atlanta last week. Just run here today.
Quite enough. Oh, man. It was so close.
Not missing anything up front. Earnhardt Jr. with a clear lead of a second and almost a half on Jimmy Johnson.
And if you're Michael, you want to keep that car up beside of the 97 car Kurt Busch because you want exactly that to happen. You want him to be getting loose underneath you, not too loose to take you out. But
And look, did you see that battle going on right behind them? Matt Kenseth trying to get by Martin Martin, who's listed as the owner of the 17 car, and he takes that spot away.
Matt Kenseth to 6th from 37th starting spot.
And Kurt Busch finally gets by Michael Waltrip. You know, Mark is listed the owner of the 17 car. I asked him on Friday now, if Matt manages to win this championship, will you sit at the head table as the owner? He said, I decline that invitation. Bill, what do they say in the 17 pit now?
They were just concerned that they were going to really get passed by a bunch of cars on tires, so Matt's really driving the tires off there, having a good run here. By the way, Benny, yesterday Jack Roush told me, you know, I might get a sore throat, I might lose my voice, I might be sick. Mark might have to get up and make that speech if we get it to New York.
I doubt that.
I doubt that, yeah.
And Benny, Mark's reasoning for declining the spot at the head table.
He said, I haven't earned the spot as a driver to be there. I'm certainly not going to go on the coattails of someone else. Oh, trouble. Mike Wallace has spun the 09 car.
Little lazy loop, no caution yet.
Looks like he might get
Caution
it going.
now. Here comes the caution. Man, that's a break for Kurt Busch.
Track is clear. Yellow's out.
Whoa, nice job, Dave Blaney and Ken Schrader. Here they go.
Didn't fall for it.
Jimmy Johnson right with Dale Earnhardt Jr. And Ryan Newman going to make this a 3-way race for the lead.
Tate Jr., you got to flip that mirror up, not even look at it.
Like those truck drivers doing Manhattan, right?
Yeah.
Kurt Busch back there in 4th, trying the outside lane. Seeing if he can do anything with these front 3. Remember, Kurt gave up 2nd place to Pitt at lap 232. Came out 22nd for the restart with 75 to go. He's made his way back to 4th.
Kenseth looking at 5th spot.
Kurt Busch working on Ryan Newman. Here's Matt Kenseth, your championship leader. What a performance today. They have had, for the last month or so, perhaps not run to the standard that they had earlier in the season, but today you can do nothing but tip your cap to them.
Started 37th in that 17 car, and right now is trying to take away the 5th position from Michael Waltrip.
What a drive for Matt Kenseth, the champion to be, perhaps next weekend at Rockingham. Perhaps.
Hey, Alan. Hey, Bill. You know, the Roush cars have really struggled the second half of the season, but right now, 4 of them in the top 9 here at Phoenix.
What a day for them. Kurt Busch 4th, Matt Kenseth 6th, Mark Martin 7th, Jeff Burton 9th, and Greg Biffle 14th. Pretty good day for the Roush.